Well, after the Chiefs' tough loss to the Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving, the bad news continues to pour in. This time it's an injury update on rookie left tackle Josh Simmons. And in this video, we're going to talk about the severity of the injury and try to predict a timeline for his return. But if you guys are new to this channel, my name is Michael Darcy, and you're watching the KC Sports Report. Do me a big time favor and hit that like button, share this video so other Chiefs fans can watch it, and hit that subscribe button. We are less than 100 subscribers away from 15,000, so if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and tell a friend to subscribe. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the unfortunate injury update coming from Ian Rappaport. Chiefs left tackle Josh Simmons, who impressed against the Cowboys before exiting with an injury, suffered a dislocated and fractured wrist. Sources say he left the stadium in a cast and is out indefinitely. MRI tomorrow, then he'll seek opinions on treatment options. So it really sucks to see that Josh Simmons suffered a dislocated and fractured wrist. And I'm going to go ahead and show this picture, which is actually via Farzin Vusigan on Twitter. I butchered his name. I'm so sorry. But he does great work on Twitter. This was a chip play where Kareem Hunt ended up friendly firing Josh Simmons and broke his wrist. Essentially what happened is it was a chip play because the Chiefs were trying to give Josh Simmons a little bit of help on the left side, and they shouldn't have done that because Kareem Hunt ended up colliding with Josh Simmons, dislocated and fractured his wrist. So it really is unfortunate because the Chiefs are going to be without their starting left tackle for a substantial period of time. Because even the tweet that I just read off from Ian Rappaport, he quote tweeted that very same tweet saying that he's likely going to be put on IR. So if you're put on IR, you miss a minimum of 4 weeks. And I think with the way that Josh Simmons has been both available and unavailable to play this season, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see him for the rest of the season. I mean, for an offensive lineman to lose, your hands, that's a pretty big blow. And, there's some offensive linemen that try to go out there and play with the club, where they just wrap their hand and wrist in a cast and go out there and play. And I think a decade ago, that was a lot more feasible. But now, with the way the NFL has, progressed, offensive linemen need to be able to use their hands to grab, to hold, to get hand placement on the defensive end or the defensive tackle, because an offensive lineman's strength is his hands. And if you can't, use your hands to, neutralize that defender, it's going to be much tougher. And I'm not saying that Josh Simmons couldn't do it, but I think that it's just, you're not going to be 100%. And so I don't think that we're going to see Josh Simmons play at all this season. I think that, this is an injury that pretty much wipes you out. I think we're just waiting to see when he gets put on IR, which really sucks because, man, the Josh Simmons experience in 2025 has been so up and down. He started the season. It was a great story. He was ahead of schedule. He, won the battle out of training camp. He was your starting left tackle week 1. He looked good for the first month of the season. And then he had that family personal issue where he was gone for a month. We don't really know what happened, why he was gone. He came back to the team and was basically like, I appreciate the Chiefs for, having my 6 during that time, but I'm back now and ready to play football. He came back against, Denver, looked all right against Nick Bonito, and then, was solid against the Colts. And then against the Dallas Cowboys, Kareem Hunt ended up colliding with him, and we're missing Josh Simmons for the rest of the season. And again, I don't have any, insider information on that, but I think the writing's on the wall, especially with this team being 6-6. They're not going to try to rush this guy back if he's not, able to play. And it really sucks because the Chiefs finally found their guy on the left side. Josh Simmons has been, I would say, better than advertised. I was not expecting him to be as good as he has been. I mean, he was basically put on an island with other teams' best pass rushers, and he was winning consistently. This is a guy that hopefully should be the last left tackle that Patrick Mahomes ever has. He was incredible as a rookie when he was on the football field. It just seems like he wasn't on the football field all that often. So I think that, going forward, the Chiefs are going to have to figure out some way to move on without him for the rest of this season. And that's a scary thought, because when they put Wanya Morris in at left tackle, Wanya Morris is legitimately horrible. He might be the worst swing tackle, the worst backup tackle in the league. The guy was lost. And I'm pretty scared to see what this line is going to look like without Josh Simmons, without Trey Smith, who's dealing with a high and low ankle sprain, potentially without Jawan Taylor, who got an elbow injury that he's been dealing with. I think Jawan Taylor is the safest bet to return, but you're out right now 3 starting offensive linemen, and you're facing the Houston Texans on Sunday Night Football. That pass rush is going to destroy the Chiefs' offensive line, and it's going to make it even more difficult for Patrick Mahomes to sit back there, be comfortable, and find his receivers. But the Chiefs have gotten hit with the injury bug, and the question is going to be, how are they going to overcome that? That's the $1 million question. Hopefully Andy Reid and, Matt Nagy can figure out some way to help. Andy Heck, the offensive line coach, he's got his work cut out for him. He's got to find some way to scheme this offensive line, coach him up so that Mahomes doesn't get killed against the Texans pass rush. But I want to talk a little bit more about, Simmons' injury and what it might mean for the rest of the season. And we'll do that right after a word from our fantastic sponsor. This video is sponsored by my friends over at DM Injury Law. Injured in an accident, you could be entitled to significant compensation, but time is critical. Rely on the experienced personal injury attorneys at DM Law, Kansas City and Missouri's top injury law firm. DM Law is a full-service personal injury practice supported by a large team of investigators, case managers, medical records specialists, and more. And best of all, you don't pay unless they win. DM Law operates on a contingency fee basis, meaning no fees unless they win your case. And they also provide free consultations. So if you've been injured, don't wait. You can contact DM Law today for a free consultation and learn how they can help you pursue the compensation you deserve. Let them handle the fight while you focus on healing. Hurt in a car wreck? Call Mike. Remember, Mike's got this. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisement. Thanks to DM Injury Law for sponsoring this video. Huge thanks to the sponsors that have supported me and this channel all football season long. And shout out to you guys for watching me and this channel, showing all the support that you have. I'm so thankful for each and every single one of you for taking time out of your busy lives to watch some Chiefs content. And I'm just so grateful. But getting back into the Josh Simmons injury update, again, he suffered a fractured and dislocated wrist. I think he dislocated it first, and then it fractured. Again, that was the chip play with Kareem Hunt. It really sucks to lose an offensive lineman to friendly fire, but going forward, the Chiefs are going to have to scheme up a way to protect Patrick Mahomes without Josh Simmons, because any hope of Josh Simmons coming back in the foreseeable future is not likely. Even if he's not out for the remainder of the season, he is probably going to be put on IR and is going to miss the next month and change. And at that point, you only have so many games left. Just put him on ice. I'm of the mindset that if the Chiefs get eliminated here in the next couple weeks, what's the point of playing Patrick Mahomes? Just let him sit. Let him, get healthy for next year. Put Gardner Minshew in, because if we're not fighting for a playoff spot, there's no reason for him to be out there. There's no reason for Chris Jones to be out there, Travis Kelce. Bench them all. But hopefully the Chiefs can make a run here and actually try to sneak into the playoffs. But I think that is going to be so difficult given everything that's happened so far this season. You're 6-6. You're not a good football team. You haven't been a good football team all year. And now you're out your starting left tackle for at least the next month with that, dislocated, fractured wrist. And again, I don't think that Josh Simmons could tough through this injury, because an offensive lineman needs his hands. You need your hands to be able to, neutralize a defender, to slow down the speed, to take on the bull rushes. An offensive lineman's hands are just as important as the balance in the feet. And if you have a hand that you literally cannot grab on to a defender or at least get your hands on the inside of the shoulder pads, you're going to be in a really tough spot. So I think it sucks, but injuries are part of the sport. The Chiefs got to figure out some way to win without him, but they haven't really found a way to win with him. So we'll see what happens, but drop your take down in the comment section below. That's all I've got for this video. We're going to have more content coming out over the next coming days, kind of talking about where the Chiefs are currently at and how they can fix it. But until then, I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Hit that like button, subscribe for more daily Chiefs content. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching this video. And as always, go Chiefs.